I am someone who loves routines, and because of that, I have come up with 10 tips for self-care at home. For me, like for a very long time, I didn't really have like a set routine on how I did things. And so it became a hassle trying to figure out what worked for me, and then also trying to figure out like what was going to work for me financially, because sometimes the things that you pay for, like a service or if you go get something done, it's going to cost you. And so for me, I love to do things at home. I love doing it on my own because I feel like I can. And if you're someone who loves to do at home self-care routines, keep on watching. So as you know, I am a at-home self-care girly. So when it comes to that, you're going to save. That's the biggest point of this entire conversation, is you're going to save money when you can do it at home and you can do it yourself. And so I'm just gonna go through 10 things that I have done at home to elevate myself and make myself feel good, because who doesn't love to be pampered? Who doesn't love a good self-care day? And so I would say maybe 2 of the things out of the 10 tips I'm talking about are things that I can't do on my own, but they do go along with self-care tips. So the first thing that I found that was so important for me was hair care maintenance. And so when it comes to my hair, there are a couple of things that I must have. I have to have my haircut. Like, that's a no-brainer. And so I decided that it was time for me to start booking appointments consistently, because at first, like, I was booking appointments here and there whenever I felt like I needed to book them. But because I like to create content and because I know I like to look put together, I decided that it was time to start booking appointments out. So I do the 15th and the 30th of every month. Like most of you, if you are someone who has a short haircut, you know that every 2 weeks it's about time to get their haircut. So I actually downloaded the Booksy app, which I found someone that really does my hair the way I love it, and I book my appointments online. I'm someone, I do not like to walk in to a salon. I don't like to walk in to a barbershop and have to wait on anybody. Like, I like to book my appointment and know that it's locked and set in stone. And so, like, if you can see it, I have all of my appointments scheduled in advance all the way through December, because I know, like, I'm someone who loves to have a routine when it comes to knowing how my hair is going to look and knowing when I'm going to book an appointment. And so that was key for me. And the next thing that I love when it comes to hair care is having a really good shampoo. This shampoo is called Shea Moisture, and it's actually made for men, but I love the way this shampoo smells. Like, if you one of them, like, I'm one of those that love a good male scent. I don't wear men's cologne, but I love the way men's cologne smells. Like, so this one, it really gives, like, it just smells good. And when I say I love a good shampoo, like, that makes or breaks you when it comes to having a good shampoo, because you want to make sure that you're getting the nutrients for your hair that you're supposed to. And so this one has raw shea butter in it, and then it has Mafura oil in it, and it has no parabens, no sulfates, no animal testing, and no mineral oil. Having a really good moisturizing shampoo is very key for me. So the next thing that I like to do to maintain a at-home self-care routine is brow grooming. Y'all, I love brows. Like, if you have not figured it out, you need to know now. I love brow maintenance. Like, that, to me, if your brows are on point, you feel good. And so when it comes to brow grooming, I consistently have been grooming my brows at least every 2 to 3 weeks. And I have it in my calendar to mark it when I need to groom my brows, because if not, like, these bad boys will start getting like out of whack. Like, and I don't want my brows to go too far without me taking care of them. So brow maintenance, so again, like, I have it on my phone and it says brow grooming. So at least every 3 weeks, I know that it's time to brow groom. And so I do brow grooming on Thursdays, because I know those are days when I'm not doing too much and I have the time to do it. I actually did my brows last night because I knew I was going to be creating content on a Thursday, and so I did it on a Wednesday night. But brow grooming, it literally means the difference between looking put together and then looking unput together. And so like these are the main tools that I use, like some small shears that I use to cut my brows, to trim them. And then you want to have something that's like a spoolie type brush, which this is a must-have if you're going to actually brush and then tame the hairs. And then also, this is my favorite tool as well. This is a brow razor. This right here is your best friend if you're doing a at-home self-care brow maintenance routine. Instead of going to get brow waxing, which I don't like anybody to play with my brows, like, because I like my brows to look a certain way. So I have found that doing it at home myself has been the best option for me. And so this right here, this little $2 microblading brow razor has come through for me. Number 3 in my self-care maintenance routine, I love doing my nails. And for me, like, for a very long time, I did not do my nails because it cost so much, and I knew that when I was going out, I could not afford to keep getting my nails done every 2 weeks because my nails grow extremely fast. And so those fill-ins that you have to get every 2 weeks was costing and I don't even know how much it costs now because I haven't gotten my nails done in so long. So back when I was getting my nails done, I think you could go in and get like a really cute regular French tip that was just regular for $25. And so now, like, they got all kind of shapes and different things like that, and so they've upped the price on that. And so for me, I stopped because, for one, people were hurting me when I was getting my nails done and getting like the nail shapes wrong, cutting me, and I was just like, no, we're gonna have to settle this. So I stopped getting my nails done for a very long time, and then I fell in love and found like some press-on nails. You can really get away with press-on nails and never go to a nail salon ever again. Why? Because I don't know what they've been doing, but that nail glue will hold your nails up for at least 2 weeks. And I also have it scheduled in my phone that I will do my own nail appointment every 2 to 3 weeks on a Thursday, because those are days that I'm not doing as much. And when I say, like, they have so many designs, they have so many shapes, and it looks so like, y'all, my nails look like I went and got them done. So like, you can really get away with doing press-on nails. And the nails I bought, I'll put the link below, are from Amazon, and these are called Rosalind Natural Nail Tips, and they have over 200 pieces in this box. And this box didn't cost me any more than $12, and they have 20 sizes. And I love how it comes in like this pack of, I think I got 5 of them in the pack, so you can do your nails so many times because they have so many different sizes in them. And I love the color. I always go for a natural type color because it goes with everything. So like, when I found these on Amazon, like, they really leveled up my game because I wanted to have my nails done, but I did not want to pay for it. And so when I started getting into pressed-on nails, like, this really changed the game for me. The other set I have are from, it's called Beetles Gel On Nail Art Tips, and I love the design of these. I will say, like, the paint on them scratch off so easy that I feel like these were actually like $7, maybe not even that much. These were the ones that were actually $12, and I feel like the cheaper ones hold up a lot better than these. And I don't know what it is about the paint on these, but like, I'm kind of iffy about it. I probably won't buy these again. But again, like, you can find press-ons anywhere. Before I started purchasing on Amazon, I was going in like Dollar Tree, different places like that, Target, Walmart, and getting nails because I knew like they would have something in there that was going to work for me. The 4th self-care maintenance tip that I have for you that I do myself would be shaving and body care. Like, to me, when it comes to shaving, that was not something that was very important to me over a year ago. Like, I feel like when you shave and you like really maintain your body by making sure that it's groomed, you feel better. And so about a year ago, like, I have been like wanting to get waxes and all that, the whole nine, but the cost of it is just so much that I'm like, I can afford to get waxes like every month or so. And I know like they say go like every 4 to 6 weeks. But for me, I'm not dropping $80 to $100 every time I go get waxing. And so I was like, there has to be something that I can do to maintain my body care and still ball on a budget. And so I picked up some really good shaving cream. And when I say it makes the total difference in your shaving game, it does, because I know a lot of people have steered away from shaving just because it causes like razor bumps and all the things of that nature. But when I say like having the right tools when you're going to shave is key. And so I even switched up the type of razors that I was using, because I used to buy them little cheap ones at Walmart, you know, the great value ones that you can buy. I was like, it's time to elevate my razor game. And so I ended up getting a Venus one. This is for sensitive skin. And when I say, and it's the 3-blade as well. And when I say that changed the game for me, because if you notice, the cheaper the razor, the more it's going to pull and tug on the hairs. And so for me, that has been a game changer. And so I shave my entire body. And for those of you that get full body waxing, if you're someone who cannot afford to get full body waxing and you've been wanting to get Brazilian waxes, the whole nine, I'm telling you, like, if you're an at-home girly that wants to do this yourself, they have strips, they have the whole thing with waxing that you can do at home. But for me, I can't do it myself. I cannot wax my own body. And so I have found a solution that's going to work for me, that doesn't cause razor bumps, and that still makes me feel like I'm getting a Brazilian and a full body wax. But I will let you in on a secret. When it comes to shaving and using razors, you're going to have to go in with some kind of like antibacterial soap, because it's easier and you're more prone to getting breakouts because you are using a razor and it's cutting the skin. And so this right here has been a best friend for me. Like, I never got a razor bump. I've never got an ingrown hair because of this. And this is called the Haircare Antiseptic Skin Cleanser. And this is what doctors use. And so you can pick this up at Walmart. This is where I got it from. And they even have it at your hospitals if you really own it like that. But when I say, like, I use this every time I shave my bikini area and anything else that I feel like the skin feels like it's kind of torn, I will go in and cleanse with this, because you don't want bacteria to build up, because that's what causes ingrown hairs, and that's what causes breakouts, and that's what causes a lot more than you really want when it comes to shaving with a razor. If you're someone who does not shave anything, you don't shave your armpits, I promise you, if you start shaving, you're gonna start feeling better about yourself, because you're gonna feel like clean. And when I tell you, when it comes to hygiene, I will say the more hair you have, the more odor it holds. And so it's really a thing of really maintaining self-care for me, and really feeling and smelling good as well. And so I guarantee you, the more you shave, or if you actually shave, you will notice there is less odor, if not any at all. I don't have any odors. And so I know for some of you, if you are not shaving, if you try shaving, you will notice the difference in odors, because hair holds odor. What I also like to do when it comes to shaving, I used to not put moisturizer on my entire body. I would just throw it on my arms and my knees and my toes, and I'd be out the door. But as of lately, like over the past 6 months, I have been into what you would call full body care. So I went and picked up this yellow shea butter. It's 100% natural, and it's the creamy kind, and it's from Ashanti Naturals. I think I'm saying her name right. And so I do a full body moisturizer when I put on my lotion, like from head all the way down to my toes, because whenever you're going in with any type of razor, you are exfoliating the skin. So after you go back in with antiseptic, you always want to go back in with a moisturizer, because what you're doing is you're using water, so it dries the skin out. And so if you notice you're also seeing dryness on your skin after you shave, it's because you're not going back in with a good lotion. And so for me, I didn't really realize that, but I noticed, like, because I love skincare on my face, if I'm washing my face, then I have to go back in with a moisturizer, then I need to do that when I'm shaving, whenever I'm washing my body, because our skin is an organ, so we have to take care of our skin. And so I love using natural products on my skin because I feel like it gives the best results. And then the shea butter has so many benefits in it. Like, it's a sunscreen, SPF, like it protects the skin, it moisturizes the skin, it brightens the skin. Like, there's so many benefits from using like a raw shea butter. And I have this one in the yellow and I have this one in the white as well. And when I say like this really moisturizes your skin, especially if you're a woman of color, which it will work for anybody, because I can't just use regular moisturizer. I have to have something that's got some oil and some cream in it, because these knees and these toes, it ain't gonna cut it for me. So making sure that I have like a really good moisturizer seals the deal when it comes to shaving and then doing a full body care. Feminine health is everything. Like, when I was talking about shaving, it really matters how you take care of your body. And so for me, when it comes to that time of the month, you want to make sure like you're keeping track of when your cycle is coming on. And I know some girls that don't keep track. They're just like, oh, I think it's coming on next week. I can't do that. I can't afford to have blood on my pants when I'm out in public. And so for me, over, I would say at least 10 years, I've had an app. And the app I use is called Bella B app. And I'll show you what it looks like because it's worth showing. For those of you that don't know, now you know. Like, there is an app that you can use that will log when your period comes on. And so because mine is so consistent with me now, like my body is very regular, so I know that if I put this in my log, it's going to come on. And so with this log, what it does is it calculates like when your next period is going to come on. And so if you go in and start putting in when your period is on and keeping up with it consistently every day, and then when it goes off, it calculates when your next cycle will be. And so for me, like I always check it like a week before. I know, okay, it's about to come on these days, so I know I need to get prepared to have some pads in my pocketbook just in case it comes on while I'm out in public. And I would say like people don't take this as serious as they should. Like, this might seem like a no-brainer, but I know a lot of young girls that really don't keep up with their cycle counts and logs. And really knowing your body is self-care within itself. And so for me, like, I've used this app since I was in high school. And prior to that, it also, if you're someone who has relationships and you're someone who's intimate, there's also an option in there for you that you can log when you're being intimate, when you're doing, you know, whatever you're doing with whoever you're doing it with. There is an option to put that in there. Like, this log keeps track of everything. And for someone who wants to get pregnant and you're thinking about, you know, having kids, this app is your best friend because it helps you decide when you're ovulating. And so when I say, like, if you're not really into this, I encourage you to get into this because this has a lot to do with health care for your body, which leads me over into the second portion of what it means to like really be into feminine health. And that is getting annual checkups. So I have an OBGYN that I go to annually, once a year, because I want to make sure that everything's okay. And I know like some of you might not have insurance, but I encourage you, if you have the opportunity, you can do it through Blue Cross Blue Shield. And no, they're not sponsoring this video, but I have Blue Cross Blue Shield and I only pay like at most $20 a month so that I can go see my OBGYN every January. And because of that, you know, when you're getting self checkups and you're getting checked regularly, you know what's going on with your body. And so a lot of women, I encourage you to do this because if you don't know, you can't be proactive about what's going on with your body. And so for me, I don't like going, but I would rather go and know what's going on than to not. And so I would encourage you to start getting annual checkups just to make sure everything is good. And that means, you know, getting your pap smear done, those things like that, making sure that you're cancer free, making sure that everything is what it is. And then also just making sure like your wellness is taken care of. The next thing that is so important to me is dental care, which again, like I was not always into dental care. Like people have always told me you need to floss. Every time I go to the dentist, they're like, are you flossing? I'm like, no, I'm not flossing at all. Because I didn't take it seriously. I was like, what's the point? But over a year ago, I made a decision that I was going to start flossing. and I've done it every day since. And because of that, when I went to the dentist this past time, I think it was back in January, they had nothing negative to say about me because I made sure that I was going in and flossing. And sometimes you just get tired of hearing the same old stuff. So I was like, let me really start being one of those at-home self-care girlies that really does it all the way. Not just some things, but with everything. And so now, like, I take dental hygiene very serious. And so I've always used Crest. And I know there are ones that are, you know, newer that really help your teeth, but I just go in and get the one that is Crest Fresh Mint, and it's baking soda and peroxide, and it helps whiten the teeth. And so this is what I use to brush my teeth on a daily. This is something that I must have. If I'm going to be taking care of my teeth, I have to brush my teeth morning and night, and sometimes if I need to, 3 times a day. And then right after I finish brushing my teeth, I go in with one of these. These are toothpicks. And when I say, like, I don't like using floss, because I really feel like I be struggling trying to maneuver that string around my mouth. And so these right here, these dental picks, really changed the game for me, and it became a habit for me to floss every night just to make sure there's no food in my teeth. And I realized that because I wasn't flossing, that I had a lot of buildup in my mouth. And so, like, really taking care of your mouth is a part of self-care to me, because when you take care of your teeth, they last longer. Because I see a lot of older people that have lost teeth, and I'm like, why is that happening? Because they weren't taking care of their teeth. And I don't want to be someone that has all these cavities and no teeth in my mouth because I wasn't taking care of my teeth. And so after I finish flossing, the last thing I go in with is some type of mouthwash. And so here recently, I have been using Crest Hydrogen Peroxide Bacterial Blast mouthwash. And this is the sealant, this is the lock and seal to get rid of any bacteria in your mouth. I do this at nighttime. I gurgle it, and my mom even taught me, don't rinse your mouth after you put this in, because it's like a fluoride. So I don't rinse my mouth out. I let it sit in my mouth overnight. I spit out whatever's left, and then whatever's in my mouth, I just leave it there because it's actually breaking up and killing germs. I also make sure that I schedule out dental appointments. So I go, I think every 6 months I get a dental appointment, or it's either 6 months to a year. I think my next one is coming up in like November. And so if you don't have insurance to get a dental appointment, you can do a walk-in, and I think it's like $50 or so depending on where you go. But I would say make sure you have someone that you're going to and getting at least an annual checkup on your teeth, just to get them cleaned and make sure that you don't have any cavities and nothing's going on with your teeth, because you use your mouth a lot. You're talking to people, you're smiling for pictures. Like, let's take care of our mouths. Like, what are we waiting on? Like, it's 2024. This is something I've always been a fan of, and that is skincare. Like, when I say, like, your skin is the most important organ on your body because it's outside, like, everyone can see your skin. And so I've always been invested in taking care of my skin. And so my routine, I have one for morning and night. And so when it comes to skincare, I also have a facial routine, because every 2 weeks, or actually every week, I go in and I do a mask on my face just to make sure, like, I'm really getting off any dirt and grime and any dead skin that should not be there. And so whenever I'm doing my facial, I first go in with the Checks and Balances cleanser, which it really gets rid of any dirt and impurities. And for me, like, I love the frothiness of this cleanser. Like, it really lathers up really good, and I can really get the job done. And I use my Clarisonic to really break in and get rid of any dirt in the skin with that Clarisonic. And then the next thing I like to do is I go in and we about to do a mask. So this is the Glam Glow mask, and it's going to stimulate the skin, which is going to cause it to glow. And so I put this on and I let my face sit for about 20 minutes, and it dries down to a hard finish. So you really have to, like, rinse it off with a bunch of water, because it's actually going in and getting rid of all the dirt and grime, which is going to help brighten the skin. So it's like an exfoliant, but it's a mask that dries down to a hard finish. And so I love going in with that. That's what really causes my skin to look bright and clear all the time, because it's actually getting rid of any dirt and debris in the skin. And to go back in after you do a mask, I always want to go back in with the toner. So I use the Origins Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment. anytime you're doing a mask, always go back in with a toner because you're opening up your pores. You don't want to skip that step because it can cause more damage and it can cause you to break out because your pores are still open. So always go back in with a toner so that you can close your pores and so that you won't have open skin that causes more problems than anything. Like if you have ever had a breakout, then your skin was probably open and dirt got inside. So always use a toner. The last thing that I like to do is I'll go in with an oil, and this is what I like to do at night most of the time, because whenever I'm using a serum, this is what's going to lock in moisture and then hydrate the skin. And this is also like a treatment because it has vitamin C in it and baobab oil. And so this is the Mary Louise Miracle Serum, and it's just like a very nice hydrating and then brightening serum. Once I do that, I pair it with this baby. Like this only comes out once a week. This is when I'm really about to do a facial and pamper myself. I get one of these jade rollers and I start just massaging this in. And baby, let me tell you, like if you are someone who loves going to the spa, you love getting facials, and you do this on yourself with a good oil after you've washed your face, you can pamper yourself at home. And you can do it, guess what? For free $99. You might have paid for the products, but you're not paying for the service. And so for me, doing this at home is like a blessing. Like I love to pamper myself, and this right here is probably my favorite because I love skincare. H2O. Like if you're not drinking water, then I don't know what you're doing, because I think it's at least 70 to 80% of our body is made up of water. People don't realize, like, a lot of the things that are going on with our bodies that are causing us to be sick have to do with not drinking enough water. And so I drink at least 3 bottles of water a day, because I know for a fact that we're supposed to drink 4, which is at least 64 ounces. And so if you're getting at least 3 of these, 16.9 ounces a day, then you're doing your body good. Because I know it's so simple and it seems like everybody drinks water, duh. Like I know a lot of people who say I can't stand drinking water, and I'm like, well, what do you drink? And so like this is literally all I drink. Like if I drink something else, I'm probably going to buy like some 0-calorie clear drops to put in my water to make it taste like something. But other than that, I don't drink sodas. I don't drink a lot of juice, just because it's a lot of sugar in it. And like the more sugar we have, the more it slows our body down. And so drinking water not only hydrates your body, it also helps clear up your skin. It gives you energy. And then you also just feel good. Like it actually wakes you up instead of you feeling, you know, really sluggish and drowsy because you're drinking a lot of different sugary drinks. So definitely make sure, like, if you're not doing anything else that I've said, please make sure you're drinking your water. If you're not drinking nothing, start off with half a glass, do 8 ounces, and work your way up to 16. And then progress over into 64 ounces at least. Because you got to have water. We got to take care of our bodies. Don't just take care of the outside. Let's take care of the inside. And last but not least, which is something that I think most of us want to do, if not all of us have tried to do it at some point, is fitness and health. When I say, like, I have had a consistent routine for at least 3 years of working out Monday through Friday. When I say it starts in the mind, making a decision, okay, health is wealth. Like, you will start seeing results if you stick with it. And so for me, like, when I decided that I was going to start taking my health serious, it was because I did not like how my body was looking. And so when it comes to self-care, the more you like how you look, the better you will feel, and the more you want to take care of yourself. And so I started getting in the gym, taking care of my body. Actually, no, I wasn't in the gym. I just recently got a gym membership. I actually was working out at home for at least a good solid 3 years. And before that, I was in the gym because that's when I lost over at least 20 something pounds. And so it became like something that was a part of my routine. So they say it takes 30 days to break a habit. I didn't really think of it that way. I just made a decision to get up every morning to work out. And so I actually have the FitnessPal app, which I started downloading that at least 3 years ago, because not only did I just want to work out, I wanted to know what I was putting in my body and keeping track of it, because sometimes when we go to the doctor and we're not taking care of our bodies and we're like, I don't know why I'm feeling like this, I don't know why I'm sick. Well, if you look over all of the logs and you track what you're eating every day, you can look back and say, oh, this is why my head's hurting. Oh, this is what I was eating, and that's why I'm feeling like this. And so I started noticing that I needed to change my diet, because I was just eating whatever I wanted to and trying to work out. And that's not going to work. Not if you want to see good results inside and out. And so if you look, if you can see, let me zoom in so you can see this number, because this is important. This right here is a game changer. Y'all see that number right there? It says 382 days. That's over a year. And so it keeps track of how many days you're putting in, what you eat. And I've changed my diet about 3 years ago. And every now and then I'll try to cheat and do something on Saturdays and maybe Sundays where I get like something I really like. But I decided that like really taking care of my body does not mean that I can cheat on certain days because I'm doing good. I wanted to start taking care of my body and really saying like, okay, I want to be healthy and fit consistently Sunday to Sunday. And so over the course of me working out and trying to maintain like my health, I find different ways to enjoy food. So I find healthier options, healthy alternatives, so that I can still enjoy food, because it doesn't have to be bland and nasty just for it to be healthy. Like, no, it can be healthy and good at the same time. And so like this app that I have is called the MyFitnessPal app. And when I say like this is your best friend when it comes to tracking your health, so that you know what you're doing. And as I wrap this up, like I really want you to know, like I have an app for everything, because like I'm so organized. I love to be organized, and I like to maintain and track everything that I'm doing. So if you notice, I've shown you like 3 apps. I have an app for my period log, I have an app for my fitness, I have an app for self-care, like I have an app for even how I like to style my clothes, like because I like to maintain and really know what I'm doing and keep a track record of it. And if you're anything like me and you are someone who likes routines, you like to keep track of things, this will really help you become a at-home girly who knows like, okay, I can get the job done at home, I can save my coins, and I can look top notch. And that's me. Like I want to look top notch in every area: health, fitness, beauty, fashion, hair care, skincare, like the whole nine. Like I love looking good. And so at home self-care for me consists of maintaining my entire body inside and out. If you've learned anything from this self-care at home routine, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next YouTube video.